Hey gang, welcome to Darrell Intense. I'm with my buddy JR, and Bruce is coming as soon as he gets off work, and we're going to spend a rainy weekend at Mozingo Lake in Maryville, Missouri. It's mid-50s right now, should get in the into the later 40s as we move into the night. But yeah, it ought to be a great time. We pretty much own the campground. We pretty much own the lake. Tonight I'm putting up the Browning 8-person tent, and then we're going to make dinner. Tonight on tap for dinner is pulling out the pie irons, making pepperoni and Canadian bacon pizza in the pie iron. You're not going to want to miss it. Glad you're here. Okay, gang, well, here's the deal. We're at the process now where we've got the tent up. I'll show that to you in just a minute. But we're ready now to start thinking about dinner. So for tonight, we're going to pull out, obviously, the pie irons, and I'm going to use the croissant dough and put a little, this is pasta sauce with meat, so a little bit of pizza sauce. And then I've got some, a little bigger, maybe silver dollar size pepperonis and some silver dollar size Canadian bacon. So we're going to have a little pizza tonight, and of course, the mozzarella cheese. So yeah, we're going to have a little pizza tonight. So I'm going to start off with the Pam, and I just can't say enough good about Pam baking spray, especially for desserts, because man, it just smells fantastic. So we're going to spray those down. All right, and then let's lay down the dough. Okay, so we've got the obviously we've got the croissant dough down, right? And then we're going to put down some pizza sauce. All right, and let me take my knife, and I want to spread this out, but I want to try and leave about a good ½ inch all around the edges, just so it doesn't ooze out and, yeah, make a mess. And besides, I want to keep it inside. I want to eat it inside. This is a pasta sauce that has meat in it. Now, I don't know if it's hamburger or sausage or squirrel or rat, but yeah, that's what we got. All right, so then we open up the Hormel Canadian bacon, and gonna open that up. So between the Canadian bacon and the pepperoni and the mozzarella cheese, we're gonna try it tonight and see what we can come up with. And yes, 'tis the season for hand sanitizer. So before I turned the video camera on, I did lather up, put a little behind each ear, just to, you know, that's what we do. JR, have you ever had Canadian bacon pepperoni pizza out of a pie iron?
No, I don't believe I have.
Oh, you're in for a treat. Okay, so there's the Canadian bacon. And by the way, the Canadian bacon does have the Darrell Intense seal of approval. Now, don't get me wrong. They're not a sponsor. People, I have no sponsors, okay? Nobody wants to have anything to do with Darrell Intense. And I don't blame them, okay? I'm not bitter, okay? But boy, the Canadian bacon is really pretty good stuff. Okay. So what we're doing now is we're going with the pepperonis. Now then, let's get a little cheese, right? We can't have too much cheese. You think you can have too much cheese?
Well, when you got limited capacity, yeah, probably.
Well, all right, okay. There you see, now there you go being all technical. All right, so now we take the top part and put, you know, tab A on top of tab B, and we're just going to kind of pinch it as we see. That's what I wanted to keep from happening, but it is what it is, right? It is what it is. And now we take the top part and we're headed to the fire, and we're gonna see how this works out. Okay, gang, now what we're going to do is we're going to make some, what are we making now? Well, now we're going to make some chocolate eclairs, and we're going to do that with the vanilla pudding. And so we're gonna make these with vanilla pudding, pulling out the croissant dough, and then after that's all done, then we're gonna put some chocolate cake icing on top to ice our eclair. So that's what's going on now. So okay, so we're opening this up just like we did the last time. Half of it goes here. Okay, so Bruce is here. Bruce just got here. We're using the Jell-O vanilla pudding. That's what we're doing. And we're gonna load this bad boy up with some vanilla pudding. And that's the center of our eclair. Okay, so then we put the top on here. And JR, you saw what I was doing and just flipping this every couple of minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's your turn. I'm getting tired of doing all the heavy lifting around here. All right, let me show you what we got here. See if I can get that in front of the camera for you. There you go. That is croissant dough filled with vanilla snack pack pudding. Now that we have that, we take the whipped chocolate icing, right? Whipped because it's airy and it will melt faster. And we are going to ice the top of our eclair. That's what we're doing. And then get ready for, you know, deliciousness.
Heaven in your mouth, right?
Heaven in your mouth, right there. Absolutely. So yeah, just a simple dessert. The kids, the grandkids, are you kidding me? Call the neighbor. Put a fire in the fire pit, call the neighbors and say, listen, keep your dog out of my yard. Okay, so now we're going to cut this up. And I'd like you to see what we've got here. And are we going to make more? Oh, we are going to make more. But Bruce is here. He's off work. Bruce, how was work today?
Well, it was challenging today.
Okay.
Work was challenging.
Okay. All right. Well, so Bruce is here. He's off work. We found Brad. He's just a straggler off the streets. And so Brad is here. Hi, Brad. How are you?
Good.
Great. Good. Thank you. Okay. So everybody come on over here. And I've got you a quarter of an eclair. And in the spirit of friendship and brotherhood,
Everyone partake.
everyone partake. Right. Okay.
Uh-oh.
So everybody
I
just
lost the
grab a
goodies.
quarter.
We lost the goodies.
Right.
Go.
And here's the good friends.
I'd hope to shout.
There you go.
Wow, that does melt fast.
Airy. Airy.
Holy cow.
Wow.
Something so simple, so good.
Wow. Wow.
Like tomorrow,
I've got one word. I'm going to say it backwards. Wow. That's how good that is.
That is pretty amazing. I did not think it was going to taste like that.
Mm-mm.
Chocolate eclairs, followed by pepperoni Canadian bacon pizza. Not going to be a bad night.
Wow.
For the record,
Well, that's
you've
pretty well
probably already gathered that tonight we're recording this, and the Kansas City Chiefs are getting ready to play football, and so we're rather excited. Perhaps you've not heard of the Kansas City Chiefs. They won the Super Bowl last year. So anyway, we're gonna listen to the game and kick back And we're going to, oh my gosh, look who's here. Patrick Mahomes is here. What are the odds of that? Wow. Incredible. Yeah. Okay. So, yeah. So we're going to sit around a fire tonight. We're going to listen to the game. But here's the thing. The copyright infringement, trust me, is not going to let me video that segment of our camp out. So that's going to be out. But I'll catch you before we go to bed. Okay? Okay, guys, hey, listen, the Chiefs won. First game of the season, the Chiefs won. We are undefeated. I think we're going back-to-back. That's my call at the end of game one anyway. It's 10 o'clock at night, and it's 54 degrees. The Weather Channel says a low of 53. We'll monitor it throughout the night, but you know what? We've got quality sleeping gear, so we ain't scared. We're ready. All right, hey, listen, I'm going to catch you first thing in the morning. Tomorrow morning, what are we having for breakfast, Bruce?
We are having a Mountain Man Dutch oven breakfast.
Mountain Man Dutch oven breakfast. We got to get to bed quick because we're going to want to wake up for this. It's like Christmas Eve at the campground. All right, hey, listen, I'll talk to you first thing in the morning. Good night. Well, good morning, everybody. It's about 7 o'clock this morning, getting ready to start some Mountain Man breakfast. Now, Bruce, what all does a Mountain Man breakfast consist of?
Well, it has got lots of meats in. We're going to have sausage in there. We're going to have bacon, Canadian bacon, and some hash browns, and, a little like green peppers and red peppers, and, of course, eggs. And, yeah, it's all going to be mixed together. And
it's going to be a good morning. So I'm going to make some coffee. He's going to start on the Mountain Man breakfast. You wake up, go to the bathroom, and we'll all meet in the kitchen. Well, here's home, and there's JR, and there's Brad, and rain canopy. We got the fire going in the fire pit, and Bruce is back grabbing Dutch ovens, and I'm going to stand over here on the veranda and take a look at that. That's not a bad way to start a morning right there. We pretty much own this campground. 53 was as cold as I saw it last night, so that was not bad at all. We had sleeping gear that was certainly adequate for the adventure. So yeah, they're getting the components around for breakfast, and we'll get started. All right, Brad and JR, our knife experts here, are chopping away at a couple of peppers, green peppers and red peppers, slicing those up for the Mountain Man breakfast this morning.
We'll get that preheating. All right, well, our oven has been preheated. We're going to take this here bacon and this sausage, and we're going to be getting it ready. Probably shouldn't better cut on top of that cooler, should I? We're going to cut this bacon up a little bit so it'll cook a little better for us down in there.
Smart.
And I'm using the packaging just to not get stuff everywhere.
And he's put some coals over here so that we'll have some coals to put on the top of the Dutch oven to help with the cooking process.
We're going to get us some bacon cooking.
Who doesn't like bacon?
Sizzling, right? Sizzling. You guys remember that stuff?
Pigs aren't too fond of us doing this. That's true.
Well, they'll get over it.
All right.
That's a nice sound, isn't it?
Love that sound.
And we got us some sausage here. We're gonna put in there with it. Thought I had her and I didn't.
Any certain kind of sausage you look for, or anything you look for?
Not really. This is sausages do come in, mild and put her up to some really spicy stuff. This is a medium. So to have a little bit more of a kick to it, I guess you'd call it.
Well, we're enjoying a lazy morning, just kicking back, no hurry, no rush.
Indeed.
Kind of a misty morning.
Onion, sir.
The lake is just smooth as glass.
So we're going to get this all browned up in the next, 10 minutes or 5 minutes, whatever it takes us. And then we're going to start adding, obviously, more ingredients.
You can smell that onion.
Oh, yeah. And we picked a sweet onion this time, so everybody has preferences on onions. Some people, you know, like them spicy, but usually something like this, sweet just seems to cook up good. So, all right, we're gonna let that simmer up there for a little bit.
Okay, what's next, Bruce?
Well, as you see, it's coming together pretty good here. It's browning up.
Heck yeah.
Yeah, we got something going here now, folks. And next, I got in my left hand here, we're going to add a little Canadian bacon along with this. I mean, we're guys, for crying out loud. We got to have meat, right? So, since it's kind of, you know, pre-cooked anyway, I'll put it in a little after the fact here. And
that's why they call it Mountain Man breakfast,
Mountain Man, yeah. Ladies probably wouldn't like this at all. They probably wouldn't even take a bite. I mean, that's okay. That's more for us then.
So what else goes in there?
Okay, so next, in just like 2 or 3 more minutes, we're going to be adding some green pepper, red pepper, probably add a little salt and pepper, you know, just for some other taste, and hash browns. That's the next ingredients going in.
All right.
All right, folks, so what we're doing here, we're getting a little prepared. We're going to crack some eggs. I got Brad here who's going to help me. He's going to crack some eggs for us. We're going to put about 10 of them in here. And we're going to get them mixed up like you were going to scramble them, because we're going to pour them in our mixture over here in just a bit. So I'm going to go check on the oven, and I'll be back.
Great.
Okay, well, our oven is ready. If you want, we're going to go add our green pepper, our red pepper, and our hash browns.
All right.
And
JR,
some
you want to
special
grab
seasoning
those?
we got. Well, Brad's finishing up those eggs.
Can I show them the secret sauce?
The secret sauce.
Hey,
Yes,
this stuff right here. Yeah, it's McCormick Honey Sriracha. Wow.
Look at that, boys and girls.
Boy, look at that.
All right, JR, if you don't mind doing the honors of dumping that stuff in there. Thank you, kind sir.
You bet.
Woo, look at that, boys and girls.
That's pretty.
So, I've got a bag of hash browns here. I'm going to mix these in. And what we'll do with this, we're now going to let this all cook together, brown these hash browns up for about, I'm guessing it's going to take 10-15 minutes. I'm not exactly sure. We'll see.
Just kind of monitor it.
Yes. JR, you got that sriracha stuff there, buddy?
There you go. Got you here.
My buddy Darrell had it for me, ready to go.
Happy to help.
So,
Wow.
this is going to be our special sauce here, folks. This honey sriracha. I'm hoping that's enough. If not, we can always add a little more later. But JR, just a little more. Get the color just right.
Adds a little color, doesn't it?
Yeah, I've been playing and playing. I've come up with.
That is good.
This mountain man, we can even eat something that looks good. So. All right, folks, we're going to let this go for about 10 minutes or so, and we'll be back. Okay, well, we're about ready for the next ingredient, folks. The main ingredient, I guess, in some eyes, eggs. The ones that Bradley has, oh, look at that, boys and girls and wrestling fans of all ages. Look at that. If you can all smell it on there, oh boy.
Wow.
That sriracha stuff all has such a great smell, along with the bacon and just everything else that's in there. But so here's what we're going to do with
If it's not in there, you don't need it.
Well, yeah, you probably don't want to eat it if it's not in there. Now, some of you may not want to eat what's in here, but anyway. So here we go. We're going to put some eggs in with it.
Mmm.
We're going to let those eggs firm up too in there. And let this all mix together. And now we'll let this bake the rest of the way for about another 20 minutes or so, we think. We'll put the cover on, and now we're going to do something a little different, folks. Okay, so now to bake this, what we're going to do, we're going to add coals to the top of this, and this is why this is called a Dutch oven. You put the coals on the top, and it bakes all around. And by using charcoal the way we are, it's a little more consistent than just using wood and not knowing what wood you have. So at hand, you know, if you had wood, you'd want to use oak or something that would stay good and hot and burn outside there. As we've seen before, you have a fire, you have coals, you remove them from there. When they're by themselves, they go out a lot faster, but the charcoal just lasts longer.
It's good. Thanks, Bruce. Okay, what do you got, Bruce?
Well, we're gonna check our brew and see how it's doing.
All right, it's been cooking about 20 minutes, right?
Yeah.
All right,
let's see what we got. Holy cow, look at that, boys and girls.
Wow.
Would you believe it? Let's see what we got with one turn. Oh, look at that. Oh, boy. Yeah. Well, folks, you'd think we're out here roughing it, but we think we're going to eat like kings. I don't know what you're having at home, but I don't think it compares.
If anybody ever told you that camping was roughing it, you're doing it wrong.
You're doing it wrong indeed. Well, folks, you'd think that's done, right? Well, we've got one last ingredient,
You
folks.
got to be kidding me.
No, we do. We're going to have some cheddar cheese we're putting over the top of that.
Of course we are.
And we won't cover it back up. We're just going to put some cheese over this. And I'll have some extra here that people can put on personally if they want.
Wow.
And we're going to let this kind of melt down a little bit for about 2 or 3 minutes. And we're going to chow down, folks. So.
Okay, so we'll give that a couple minutes and let that just let the cheese melt down, and then we're going to try some breakfast. Mountain Man breakfast this morning.
Well, our 2 or 3 minutes has passed, and look at that cheese, folks. It's melted down in there wonderfully. And I think we're getting ready to chow down.
Lord, thank you for this food. Thank you for these guys. Bless our time. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. Oh my gosh.
I'll do your.
That smells so good.
That's plenty for me. Here, let me see your plate. Do yours.
Well, where's Darrell's plate? I need to get his dipped
I
up.
don't know.
I'll grab it.
I like all that stuff off the edge that gets burnt.
There you go.
I don't know why, but I just love
So
it.
is the rest of it mine then? Is that what you're saying?
That's it.
Yep.
That's it. The rest of that is Darrell. Oh, that's going to be perfect.
Wow.
Anybody dived into it yet?
We're going in
Yeah,
right now.
It's going in.
We're going in.
Going in hot.
All right, look at that. You got the cheese coming down. Are you kidding me? Wow. And the sriracha is just a perfect amount and a perfect flavoring. So between the potatoes and the cheese and the bell peppers and the bacon and the Canadian bacon and the sausage and the eggs, Mountain Man breakfast. I think I like Mountain Man breakfast. Okay, well, listen, we're going to do some dishes. These guys are going to finish eating. We're going to do some dishes, and then we're going to pack stuff up and head back head back home. It's been a great time. Glad you were here. Glad you could join us for the overnight, for the Chiefs win, for the Mountain Man breakfast, for the pizza, for the chocolate eclairs. Holy cow, we've crammed a lot into this episode. We're at Mazingo Lake in Maryville, Missouri, and if you like the video, click the thumbs up button. It really does help the channel if you do that. If you like the channel, click the subscribe button. It's a free subscription. It costs you nothing, but if you subscribe, it really does help the channel grow as well. And if you click the notification bell right next to the subscribe button on the main channel, then every time I take an excursion, you'll be notified. Thanks for watching. God bless.